Trump's envoy praises Putin, calls him super smart. Putin is not a bad person. He is super smart, said Steve Witkoff, a special envoy for former U.S. President Donald Trump. In a recent interview with Tucker Carlson, a journalist known for his pro-Trump stance, Witkoff openly expressed his admiration for the Russian president. Just 10 days ago, Witkoff met with Putin and described him as polite and straightforward. According to Witkoff, Putin told him that after the assassination attempt on Trump last year, he prayed for him. As a gesture of goodwill, Putin even commissioned a portrait of Trump, which, according to Witkoff, touched Trump's heart deeply. A controversial stance on Ukraine. Witkoff echoed Russia's narrative on the Ukraine conflict, going as far as to call Ukraine a fake country. He questioned when the world would recognize the Russian-occupied territories in Ukraine as official Russian land. His remarks align with the ongoing geopolitical tensions, especially after UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer proposed deploying an international peacekeeping force in Ukraine to enforce a ceasefire. Witkoff dismissed this proposal outright, calling it an overly simplistic idea. As the lead negotiator for the UN ceasefire discussions, Witkoff has engaged in talks with both Russian and Ukrainian officials. However, in the interview, he failed to correctly name all 5 Ukrainian regions currently under Russian control, referring to them vaguely as 4 so-called regions: Donbass, Crimea, and you know the rest. The 5 occupied territories are Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, Kherson, and Crimea, with Luhansk and Donetsk forming the Donbass region. Ongoing war and rising tensions. Meanwhile, Ukraine continues to suffer from relentless Russian attacks. On Saturday night, a Russian drone strike in Kyiv killed 3 people, including a 5-year-old child, and injured 8 others. A day earlier, 3 members of the same family were killed in a Russian attack on the southern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia. In response, Russia's defense ministry announced that it had shot down 59 Ukrainian drones over its southern regions in Crimea, a peninsula it illegally annexed in 2014. The bigger picture, a diplomatic chess game or a looming disaster? With secret ceasefire talks happening in Saudi Arabia and world leaders scrambling to contain the conflict, Witkoff's remarks add a new layer of controversy. Is the UN envoy simply relaying Trump's pro-Russia stance, or does this signal a major shift in UN foreign policy? One thing is certain: as the war in Ukraine rages on, the lines between diplomacy and political allegiance continue to blur.